Howdy folks, welcome to the channel Rockin' the Country. I'm Don. We have an international thing going on here. I did a Slim Dusty reaction, courtesy of Harry Workman. Slim is an Australian artist. Now I have an Australian making a request for an American artist. So I love this part of the digital age. And this is a gift request of Liam Bloom. So Liam, thank you for this gift and request. And it's Alan Jackson's It's Time You Learned About Goodbye. And I don't think I know this song. But thank you for the gift, Liam. And this is what Liam said. Hey, Don, I'm continuing my streak of the many Alan Jackson songs I remember hearing when I was a kid. Alan had his last concert over a week ago. For someone like myself who was lucky to see Alan twice in Australia, I don't look at him not performing anymore as a sad thing. We will always enjoy the music and all he's done, and I think you will agree. This song, even though it has the word goodbye in the title, will always be one of my favorites. Enjoy, mate. That's what Liam said. So Liam, thank you for this gift and request again, my friend. And we'll see if I've heard this one in passing, but the title does not ring a bell, believe it or not. All right, here we go.
I've been on the wrong side of the front door too often. Watched you slam it in my face.
What you do?
Well, I may learn the hard way, but I'm not a soft one. Tonight I'm standing in your place.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause you taught me a lot about leaving. Won't even have to try. So here's your lesson in heartache and grieving, and a chance for you to cry. 'Cause it's time you learned about goodbye.
Those lessons are a bitch. Even when you have to give them to somebody.
I've stood behind you, and I've laid beside you, and I won't do that anymore.
All right.
'Cause I'm tired of being just here when you want me. Tonight I'm walking out that door. 'Cause you taught me a lot about leaving. Won't even have to try. So here's your lesson in heartache and grieving, and a chance for you to cry. It's time you learned about goodbye. And you taught me a lot about leaving. Won't even have to try. So here's your lesson in heartache and grieving, and a chance for you to cry. It's time you learned about goodbye. Yeah, you taught me a lot about leaving. Won't even have to try. So here's your lesson in heartache and grieving, and a chance for you to cry. It's time you learned about goodbye. It's time you learned about goodbye. It's time you learned about goodbye.
Oh man, that covered it. Sometimes I'm like, oh, that is so on the nose. And it isn't even like he wanted to deliver this lesson, but she had been so mean to him throughout. And so just, laying next to somebody who's not even present is very empty, and it hurts, and it's shocking. And the first time it happened, you're like, all right, maybe they're just tired. But then by the time the 6 month rolls around and they're still just not like either affectionate or they're somewhere else or whatever, you go through periods of life, like when you have kids, where you're just exhausted. And you're like, okay, it's easy to understand that somebody wouldn't just have the energy at that point because you're just run. Maybe you're working, and then you got the kids and the house and the yard and whatever you got going on. It's you're tired. But under quote unquote normal circumstances where you do have energy and no extenuating circumstances, but the person just isn't there. They may not be interested anymore, or maybe they just had expectations of the relationship and of you where you just feel taken for granted. And whatever was going on in the context of the song, it's an empty feeling. And the other he'd been on the other side of the door, and yeah, I love that perspective. You could just see it right there. Alan, you could see him on the wrong side of the door. But then it's like, hey, I'm tired of it now. You know what? You've been getting away with this long enough. I'm not making excuses for you anymore. I'm not going to keep trying because you're not going to show up as a loving human being. And he's like, it's time for you to feel it now. Now, he didn't want to deliver that lesson. You really would have rathered that the relationship work out because he was in love with her. And over time, it just fell apart. But she showed her true colors in this one, and it's just true. Relationships are tough things, and we say chemistry because it's an easy way to depict what goes on in relationships between attraction and repulsion and all this stuff. But the chemistry isn't always there. Sometimes, as we say, it's oil and water, and they just don't mix very well. If you can communicate and you can respect each other if you have differences. I mean, frequently, like they say, opposites attract. But I mean, we all have differences between the person that we're with, and it's fine if you can admire those differences and not try to convert the other person to your way of doing things and then get annoyed with them for not changing. And the relationships can go wonderfully, and you can admire one another for your differences, but depending on how deeply held those values are. But in this one, he's like, I'm done. Love the instrumentation in this too. I love the lead guitar, the pitch of it, and the timing of it when it came in. I don't know, that's on the production mixing end, but that was really well done. All right, Liam, I'm going to rate this one. And this was one of those hard driving lessons too. I don't think I'll put this in the premarital counseling playlist, but in editing, I might change my mind because this is just something to learn from. I am going to put it in there. This is going to have to be, by the time, when I get my 100th song in there, I'm going to send it to some publication and see if they'll put it out there, because this is brilliant, I must say, because I came up with it. No, not so. So, all right, the number that popped into my head on this was a 9.4. There's so much I could say about this, but I'll leave it be. I'm 64 years old, so I've been around a while and I have experience with things, but I don't speak up on all those things. As much as I am an open book, I gotta just respect some folks out there. And the older you get, the more experiences you'll have that you can relate to. So best to keep them quiet. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Have a great day. See you on another video, and keep rocking the country.
'Cause you taught me a lot about leaving. Won't even have to try. So here's your lesson in heartache and grieving, and a chance for you to cry.